Those of you who are observant will notice there is a different title sequence at the beginning of the video. That is all to do with what's been going on for the last 3 months. I'm just going to adjust because I want to sit cross-legged. So, life's happened. Life got good, life got rough, life got fantastic. And I'm now in this place where I have realised that I need to fully embrace myself and what I enjoy, what I like, who I am, I suppose. So I am no longer trading as Leaf Yarns. The Etsy shop is still open and will be open for another month until the 16th, well, the 15th of August, and then it will be the other Etsy shop, which is going to be Curio Yarns. Now, the decision has come about because I am doing a course called Craft Biz with My Indie Life, and for the last 3 months I have been working a lot in the shop and I haven't felt passionate about doing yarn things or spending time and effort recording on the podcast because it hasn't felt like mine, if that makes any sense. But this new branding that I'm doing feels me completely. It represents who I am, my tastes, my life, you know, even dare I say it, you know, my sexual orientation. You know, for so long I felt like I had to conform and I had to fit into the stereotype of, you know, being a mother and a poorly person, and yes, okay, so I am a mum and I do still have fibromyalgia and everything else, but, you know, I'm in a very happy, stable, gay relationship. I'm engaged, as you all know, and if you didn't know, I've been engaged for a year now. I, you know, was sort of talked out of following my true self many years ago, and to just do as I was told and be what society expected. So now I'm not, you know, I'm not hurting anyone except myself. So this is the new me, or the real me, should we say, and there's going to be lots of change. So I am still knitting, I am still spinning, I am still sewing and everything else that I always used to do, but I figured that one of the reasons that I wasn't finishing things was because I was following what I should be doing or what I thought I was expected to be doing, not my true taste. And one of those things that I have done for myself is to increase the amount of tattoos I've got. I've had my hair redone, you know, I've changed my outward aesthetic so that I feel more myself. And truth be told, dresses are lovely, you know, and you've seen me sew dresses on the podcast, and I like the fabric, but I don't wear them. I think I've worn each one once. I'm more of a girly tomboy. I don't know if that's because I grew up with brothers and my sister had already left home, or anything else, but I feel much more comfortable in, you know, loose t-shirts and jeans and shorts and shoes, shirts, jackets. Yes, I love jewellery and I love having, you know, nice nails and things like that, but, and all this is to sort of say, I won't be doing lots of dress sewing and skirt sewing and everything else. I will still be making one skirt, which is this one, but I'm going to make it in black, I think, and that will just be as a autumn skirt for when I don't want to wear trousers, you know. So I am Ellie and this is now the Curio Yarns podcast. So let's actually get on with the real show. I have stopped all knitting projects except one, and that is living in this bag here, and I will show you. I saw the Soldotna online when Caitlin Hunter posted on Instagram, or was it Facebook, from Italy to say, you know, you can get 3 of my patterns for a 16% discount. Well, it happened that I saw it on the 16th of May, which was my birthday, so I bought 3 patterns. I bought the Tegna, Soldotna, and another one, which I haven't got to hand, sorry. And I cast on the Soldotna crop. And you can see on it that I have coloured in the colours of yarn that I was using, so that I could then transfer them to the chart. Now I'm making, I think I'm making the second size. Yes, I'm making the second size. So I'll have a bit of positive ease. And this is where I'm at. Now I have so many stitch markers on here, it's crazy, because the pattern repeats, and I wanted to just be able to knit on it without having to think too hard, if you know what I mean. So yes, I'm actually at the beginning of the round, which is in the middle of the back. So I will spread this out a little bit on one needle so that you can see. So the teal colour Abby bought me for my birthday to replace one that I already had. So that's a beautiful teal, and that's from Fibre Spates, and it's DK, and it's called something Forest. Have I got the tag? I don't have a tag. And then the purple is the very first indie dyed skein of DK yarn that I ever bought at Knit Expo here in Exeter 10 years ago, I want to say. This is some Sparkle Duck. Not a clue what the colourway is. I'm not even sure if it had one at the time. So that one's got sparkle in it. And then the variegated one, which you can see is the diagonals and the line going through here and in here sort of thing. This is one that I had when I was part of the Indigo Dragonfly Club. And although it's a sport weight, I'm only using a little bit and it's working out quite well because it's quite lofty. So this combines all the other colours that I'm using very nicely. And then my final colour, which is this silver here, which I'm about to go into for the body, is some of my hand spun. Now this was some fibre that I bought from Countess Ablaze, and it was Snow Queen or Ice Queen, something like that. And I spun this 4 or 5 years ago, and I'm so happy with it, it's lovely. So this jumper is, I know that Fibre Spates is an indie dyer, but she's very commercial now. But it's all, you know, hand dyed and hand spun yarns. There's nothing here that comes from a factory. It's nothing commercial, and it's an indie designer, and it's in an indie bag, and I'm loving it. Now, it's very bold and bright, which isn't really my colours, you know, colour taste. But the idea is that this will be my splash of colour, and I'll wear this on its own with black trousers or shorts, and then in the winter I'll wear it under a jacket. So there we go. So that is it, that way up. Now I remember there was a conversation going on, I think it was with Kristen, who's Bullenvine, saying about the neckline. Now I also have a deep neckline on mine as following the pattern, but what I figured out is the picture on the pattern, if I go back to the main page, here, this section here, the very first section, is nowhere near as deep. So in my mind, she's either done less ribbing or she's completely eliminated the ribbing altogether, so it's stretched out more, it's not gathered in. So if I do another one of these, I'm going to skip the ribbing and I'm just going to start with the cast on amount and just go it out, because that'll take out that high neck section. But yeah, I'm loving it so far, and I am, let's see, I think 6 rounds away from separating for the sleeves, so that's exciting. It's actually quite a quick knit. I just pick it up and put it down. I only do sort of 20 minutes at a time in the mornings when I sit and have my cup of tea in peace before anyone else wakes up. So, you know, when I start work at my other job at sort of 6 o'clock in the morning, it means I've been up since 4:30. So trying to, you know, do knitted patterns sort of 4:30 in the morning it's quite slow. But I do a round and then I'm like, right, okay, I've done a bit, I can put it away. So, you know, this is my morning knitting project. Because I like to be able to sit and just, I know it sounds corny, but be one with it, if that makes sense. But yeah, thoroughly enjoying it. I did get gauge, and so I'm knitting needles according to the pattern, which is apparently quite rare, but yeah, I'm liking it, and I can't wait to show it to you all when it's done. So that is my main knitting, I suppose. I do still have my Petite Knits No Frills sweater here in a bag, but I've not touched it in a few weeks. I plan to carry on with it. Hopefully this evening I'll get a little bit done, because we're watching, Abby and I are watching Downton Abbey, so this is my 4th time through watching it, but Abby's not seen it, and I've been introducing her to all the period dramas and things, so yes. But now then, let me just, I realised what the other pattern was. It's the Ravelry, and it was down there waiting for me. So, stash enhancement. I have, because I've not recorded properly since end of May, middle of May, a couple of months, I have birthday yarn and some other little treat yarns that I've bought, and yeah, stuff I've dyed that I want to show you, but I'm not going to show you all today because it'll be a bam in your face sort of thing, and you'll think, oh, she's been to a yarn festival. I've just been very keen to you know, allow myself that if I see something really pretty, that I don't stop myself now from enjoying it. I'm not saying I spend an awful lot of money on yarn, because I don't, I can't afford to, but, you know, a skein here or a skein there is nice, you know. And Abby has been very much an enabler recently, in the fact that she keeps popping into our local yarn shop and coming home with yarn for me. So I'm like, oh, thank you. So I will show you that, you know, gradually over the next few weeks. But one thing I do want to say is, to anyone that bought the most recent club yarn for Wool on the X here in Exeter, the quarterly club, the Dartmouth colourway, thank you very much. I appreciate it, because I was asked to be the Indie Diary of the Month there, or the quarter there, and it was a lot of fun doing all that dyeing. And I'm hopeful that I'll do the next one as well, but we shall see. So, my personal dyeing. Right, so back to the whole Curio yarns, leaf yarns thing. I have started out from scratch with my yarns. I have got Oh, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 new colours on 2 bases. One is a merino nylon and the other one is the merino singles. And towards the winter, depending on how well those bases sell, I plan to bring in a mohair lace base, purely because I've really enjoyed knitting it, you know, on my no-frill sweater, and there are a few other jumpers that I'd like to make, or cardigans, that use a fingering weight held along with a lace weight mohair. Now I know a lot of other indie dyers out there are doing it as well, but you know, a lot of people have messaged me to say, are you going to be having them? Will you be having them? Please can you have them? So in, you know, I want to say around October time, I'm contemplating bringing it in. By all means, you know, custom request, whatever, and if I get enough then I will dye some up. But otherwise just wait and see. Okay, so I will be keeping a few of my old colourways because they fit the Curio Yarns aesthetic. So basically, Curio Yarns is anything that I see as being gothic or pagan, magical. That does not include Harry Potter lot. That is too... Don't get me wrong, I love Harry Potter. I love watching it. I love the books. You know, I enjoyed the Harry Potter Knitting Crochet House Cup when I was, you know, taking part in that. But that's not the aesthetic I'm going for. So, you know, magic as in witchcraft and Wiccan and druids, and then you know, more subculture things like music tastes and lyrics and books and characters, and you know, like Dracula or Suspiria music, Nightbreed record label, Northanger Abbey book, you know, Jane Eyre sort of thing. All these sort of different things that I love, I am trying to bring into the yarn. So I will introduce you to the new colourways and the ones that I will be keeping as and transferring into the new brand. So first up, now they don't all have names yet, so I won't name them until you see them on the website on the 16th of August. So this is the first one. So there's all theme. So this is my new, it's the basic, well, it's not basic, it's very layered and beautiful, but so this one is merino nylon and this one is the singles. So you can see that it takes dye differently, almost so that it looks like a different coloured yarn. It's not. It's exactly the same dye process, exactly the same amounts of dye, you know, measured down to the sort of 0.1 gram sort of thing on the tiny scale. But they look different, but they are the same colourway. So that is number one. I'm actually going to have to pop them on the floor. And then it goes through as a gradient. So I've started with that one and we sort of go full circle back to a very similar one. And then this is another one. And this is beautiful. It's sort of a rich olivey greeny gold. It's not really showing very well on camera. It's more green than you can see. I'll explain a bit more in a minute. And then we have this one. So yeah, again, merino nylon and the singles. So that one's sort of a browny colour. Yeah. And then we have this one, so merino nylon and merino singles. And then we have this one, which is also very, very pretty. And this one. And I have several blues. This one's more sort of navy violet. So again, you can see, oh, I've got a hair on it. The merino nylon takes up the dye a lot richer than the merino singles. So, I think in my head it's because the merino nylon is a looser spin, or spun looser, because it's got the ply, so it's got the gaps for the dye to go into. But when it's on the singles, it's almost like the single spun ply itself, the singles, resists the dye, purely because of the tension of the actual plying process, or spinning process. And then we've got this one, which is very pretty. This one is my absolute favourite, I think. This one I'll be using for something that I'm going to show you in a minute. So I'll leave that one there. And then we've got this one. And we've got 4 more colours to go. I've got this one. And this is another one of my favourites. Sort of a tealy blue. And something very similar is a tealy green. And then the last one that's brand new is this one. So all of these yarns will be photographed and put on Instagram, and they will have their beauty shots done for the Etsy shop. So if you want to find the Etsy shop, it is there, but it's on holiday mode at the moment, but it will go live on the 16th when I launch it properly. So I am going to be using the yarn, 3 of the colours, to knit the Novelli, again by Caitlin Hunter. And this is the colour that will be the main colour. And then the other 2 colours are, I took a photo for reference myself, just find it. Okay, so it is right down the bottom. I showed them to you nearly at the beginning. These 2. So these 2 will be the contrast colours. So it will be, this is the main colour, and then the brown, let's hold these properly so I can show you nicely. So the first colour, this blue sort of colour, will be the body. The brown will be what looks black, and this rich greeny colour will be the light colour. And that is going to be gorgeous. So that is being cast on soon, probably, let's think, Sunday afternoon, because I'm working all day tomorrow and most of the day on Sunday, but Sunday evening I will sit down and have a cast on party. I will also be casting on my Tanya. Now I'm using Witch's Cat for this one, which is another one of my yarns, because it is one of the yarns that I'll be keeping and transferring across because it fits. However, I don't currently have a skein to show you because they've all gone out in the post. So, the other skeins that I'll be transferring, just pop those there for a minute, are, there will still be, let's take the ball back, Pretty Gritty, which is the one that I'm using for my no frills jumper. So still this one, and I've still got three more left in the shop. Those will be still in the Etsy shop, and then so in leaf yarns, and I will just simply relist them on Curio yarns when the 16th rolls around. I am keeping chestnuts, roast chestnuts. I think it's called roast chestnuts, but it will be called something else because it suddenly spoke to me the other day as something else. So this one is being kept. But I do have these two skeins on merino cashmere nylon. Now if you like the merino cashmere nylon, please have a look now, because I won't be getting it in the new shop for a while. I will just be stocking the merino nylon and the singles for a while, until I've built up, you know, a good catalogue of colourways, and then I shall include, you know, the mohair yarn and the cashmere yarn. So those are going to be transferred across. I am keeping Oxide because that's popular, but again it's going to be renamed. I'm keeping Shadow, and it won't be renamed, it will stay as Shadow because I love it. And finally I will be keeping Duchess, because I love this one as well. So there we go. Those are the colours that I'm keeping for the new range. Now I do have a lot, obviously the ones that I've kept that are going over are in the shop, and then I have a lot of odd skeins, you know, ones that I have dyed and haven't sold for whatever reason. I mean, I've got a whole cube up there and I've got a box here. So what I'm going to do on Monday, I think it's Monday, let me just check when I've written it in for. Yes, on Monday, it's the only day next week that I'm not working outside the house. So on Monday there will be a massive shop update in the evening between sort of 8 o'clock and 9 o'clock, but I will post about it on Instagram and Facebook, don't worry. And I will have, gonna say about 50 skeins. Plus, because this was test knit, now you can't sell pattern, you know, sell garments that you've knit for commercial purposes, but this was a test knit that I did for Mina, but I'm going to put this on for sale just on Etsy as a one-off. Mina knows, don't worry, because I don't wear it and I don't want to have to flog it because it was such a wonderful, wonderful project. So it's a cowl, it's lovely and soft and squishy, it's merino cashmere nylon, and I'm just going to sell it for what the yarn's worth. You know, I'm not trying to make a profit on it, I just want to, you know, have someone appreciate it without having to have knit it themselves. So, all the details for this one will be on the Etsy site as well. So, going into Monday's shop update, there will be some My Little Pony colourways that I did a few years ago. There will be Luna Rose, which is very, very bright orangey. I'm looking on the shelf, I just can't reach it while the camera's on. It's like a desert sun colourway with a hint of pink. There will be some Nebula colourway, which is blues and reds and purples. And then I have some green merino tencel. I have several pinky, purpley, lilac-y colourways. And then I have what's in the box beside me. So I have got a skein of geode on superwash merino nylon. I have got this one, which I've been playing around with today. This one will be going in there as well. This is already in the shop, it's just untangled, unstitched, skein, should we say. That's ocean something. And then I have quartz on superwash wool nylon. I have got, what's down there? Amethyst quartz. Just wait for it to come back to my face. Hello. There we go. Amethyst quartz. I have got Windfall on merino nylon. Now there is a few of these, so there's a jumper quantity. I have got Coral Reef, which is very bright and fun. I have got Flamingo Beach, which is also another fun, bright one. Merino nylon. I have got not Windfall, so I'll just pop those out of the way. It might be easy to just move the box onto my lap as opposed to my lap to the box. Okay. It's a big box for me. I have got more geode, and this one's on merino nylon. I have got rhubarb and custard, which is very fun. I have got evergreen. I have got cherry blossom, and this one's on merino silk. I have got more quartz on merino silk. I have got rose tea, which I will admit I'm very tempted to take over, but I'm not going to. And this is on merino silk. I have still got 3 sock blanks. So there's a multicoloured blue one with lots of speckles and greens and things on it. I've got a purpley one, and then I have got a green one. And then I have got rose tea on an MCN, so with cashmere in it. I have got Saturn on MCN, so this is the planet Saturn as a colourway. I have got rose tea on merino silk lace weight. I have got, I think it's fizzy apple or fizzy, no, cherry fizz, I can't remember, on MCN. And then I have got the first incarnation of Duchess on superwash wool nylon, and then the rest are lace weights. So I've got 5 more lace weights. So we've got Sugar Lilac, which is sort of sugar almond colour. We have got Tree Lichen, which is very pretty. We have got Seashell. We have got Grey Lichen. And then we have got one final one is Evergreen on lace. So, all of those will be in the shop come Monday. So everything that isn't the new range will be in the shop on Monday. Don't have a look for it tonight because the shop is on holiday mode. It will only be open from Monday until it's sold out, basically. Hopefully before August, because then that'll mean that I'll have time to get it all out to you and everything else. All the skeins of yarn come with a stitch marker with a little dangly leaf on, and a little thank you card, and you know, hopefully, you know, I'll be able to get rid of all this old stock, including the ones that are up there, and start with, you know, the yummy beauties that are here, like these. So, right, let's see, anything else? Oh, something acquisition-y, but not yarn. A while ago on Instagram, I saw an advert for something and I couldn't resist. Now, it's a notebook. Yes, I know it's just a notebook, but it really caught my eye and I had to buy it. And I don't regret it for an instant because it's from Compoko, and it says this. It says good luck on it. Now it's a cat, and it's got knitting on it, and it's got a crystal ball, and it's got tins of fish, and then it's got stars and everything, and it's got little hearts on it and fish that's already eaten, and then inside it says, "This black cat has got your back, good fortune follows in his wake." I don't know if you're going to be able to see, but there's actually cat's eyes with a tiny little black nose. It's so cute. So this is my good feelings journal. Not like a writey journal, but more of a art journal. So if I see a quote that I like, or I get inspired to draw something, or a phrase catches my eye, I'll put it in here and make it pretty, and my feel-good book, basically. So that's what that is. So that's it. I will be recording each week. I'm not sure what time of day it is, or how long it will be, or even, I know it sounds so scatty, but which day it is really. Next week I will be recording on either Thursday afternoon or Wednesday. Now I know that's Friday today. It might be Friday because I'm working the late shift on Friday. We'll see. But it will be at some point next week. And it'll be a regular podcast episode with knitting. I'm not going to promise any spinning or anything else. I may not have time, you see. I might do a bit on a drop spindle. I might get some sewing done. I am craving doing some sewing. But I have got a lot to do, and a lot to start, and a lot to finish, and oh, it's so exciting. So, yay! I hope you liked the new intro and outro and music and everything else. Okay, so online I am Curio Yarns on Instagram. On Facebook it is still Leaf Yarns Podcast, and it will stay as such until the Leaf Yarns shop closes. YouTube is going to be changing with this episode, is the channel name changing to Curio Yarns. So if you get this weird video come up in your feed, don't panic, it is still me. I'm back. I'm sorry. Yeah. Ravelry. I'm still Leaf Yarns at the moment. I don't know if I can change my name yet, or if I have to create a whole new profile. I'm quite happy to create a whole new profile. It'll just have to mean that I'll have to friend request all you lovely people again, and add myself as a new admin person to the Leaf Yarns group, and da-da-da-da-da. It's a mess, but it's a glorious mess, and it's going to be fantastic. So, I hope to see you all again next week. Keep knitting and keep well. Bye.